And we're back.
Yeah.
There's
a good chance that anyone who's watching this has just watched the previous one, so...
We had to do a bit of a cut between last episode and this one.
I mostly had to figure out where I was supposed to go next. Because I want to get... I'm probably not going to spend a ton of time searching for, like, every last key, but I do want to find all the modules.
We're not going for a full-on 100% run here, but there's some things we can afford to get all of.
Well, all the modules are not super difficult. There's only one in each area that usually kind of sucks.
Ooh, that guy was a devious one.
And it is down here.
Yeah, they're really just creating those shurikens out of
Yeah, they
nothing.
just materialize them out of nothing. It's awesome.
That or they have, like, water powers like Greninja, and it's just the water shuriken.
Unfortunately, this isn't Pokemon. If it was, I'd probably be better at it.
And they'd probably be somewhat friendly. Because Greninja may look like a total badass, but like any kind of Pokemon, he's a pretty friendly guy.
Alright, see, already I need to stop and look at the map, because I'm a little confused. Yeah, there's supposed to be a piece of the module in here. I'm not leaving here until I find it.
It's in this very area?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in this area here.
I kind of thought there was like another section of,
listen. You hear that? That wee sound?
Yeah.
That's a module. So I guess I have to go up and then back down because it is definitely in this.
I thought there was like
zone.
another section where it had a bunch of those floor traps you had to dash across.
I don't think so.
Just when you think it's over.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Also, those chain explosions with those plant monsters are pretty intense.
I'm pretty sure that the way must be down here. It's definitely in that area we were just in the underground here.
That little staircase there looked pretty familiar, like you'd been there already.
We have been here before.
Oh, okay.
But see, my confusion is when I'm here, I can't hear the...
You can't hear the...
I can't hear the module. Because you can normally hear that wee sound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So it's down to the south here.
Also, you totally kind of made it... you kind of made it sound like the Roadrunner with your impression.
Me. Oh, I think... I have to go, like, up and around. I just don't remember... I should have checked to make sure I had a shotgun.
Did you go through that key door already?
No, that's where I'm heading next. But I don't think you need a key to get any of the modules. Oh, I think probably that is what I was missing.
Such calming music for
such a violent game.
Yeah. Because a lot of the time, games would kind of have that dynamic music where you get into a fight and then it kind of... There's like a little
Ramps the
drum beat
fuck
that
up.
picks up.
Yeah. Okay, this sucks. I don't have any health kits left. Oh, fuck off.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can't beat those. You have to just avoid them.
Ah. It's like the BMOS in old Zelda games.
Okay, well, I can heal myself. Huh. Interesting. There we go. Yeah, this must be the way I have to go. And then it tricks you. You see that floor in front of me looks a little weird?
Oh, is it gonna disappear?
It falls out underneath me if I step on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember those are pretty... Those kind of floors are all over the place in the north section.
Yeah, there's the challenge room in the north has a lot to do with those. And then, or no, it's the challenge room in the south that has really a ton of those. But the one in the north, it has disappearing floors, but it telegraphs them way ahead of time.
The main problem is the flying enemies.
Yeah, that's... So, the other challenge rooms are like, oh, you just gotta get really good at chain dashing, or avoiding the enemy attacks. In the northern challenge room, you kind of have to pray to RNGesus that all of the flying enemies don't attack you at once. Or if they do, that they come at you from the same direction, because they throw a ton of flying enemies at you that only take one hit to kill, and you can use a shotgun. But it still kind of sucks to have to deal with, if they're all flying in a different direction, there's not a whole lot you can do. You have to be really precise with your dodges to avoid them.
It's a good thing that the north section
There we
has...
go.
There we
Hell
go.
yes. All right.
We did it! As I was saying, though, it's a good thing that the north section is a very pretty section. Otherwise, it would be that much more unpleasant to go through.
Yeah, it's a cool area. I like this one because the aesthetic sort of reminds me of, like, Japan by way of Greece.
I could see that.
It's the... What it is the, is, like, the white marble look to it.
And at some points, the floor kind of looks like,
There's, like, the tiles.
Yeah. And then, of course, you've got the ninja frogs.
As were present in ancient Greece, as we all know.
Well, I was going to Japan with that.
Nah. I probably knew that. I was probably just making a joke.
And there's some sections where I kind of get, like, a dojo vibe from it.
I think that's... Yeah, I get that too, and I think it's from the ambushing enemies, where it's like, all of a sudden, you've got, like... It's like a kung fu movie, where you've suddenly got, like, 15 attackers, and you have to fend them all off.
Unlike kung fu movies, though, these guys do not take turns.
They don't. They'll all attack you at once.
Or,
People complain about that in kung fu movies. I don't give a shit. I just like watching kung fu movies.
Didn't, Ip Man kinda...
Ip Man, for the most part, they attack one at a time, but there's some times when a bunch of dudes just charge him at once. But no, even watching that one, which is less guilty of that than some others, you definitely get the feeling that they're like, all right, guys, we're gonna make this fair.
It could be an honor thing, too, I guess.
I mean, if they had honor, they wouldn't be attacking one dude with, like, a bunch of hand axes.
Were we talking about the same scene? Like,
probably not, but there's a bunch of fight scenes in Ip Man.
It was that big scene where it was like the challenge room.
Oh, that's the karate, the general one.
Yeah, where he.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it is, but there's one where he goes to this factory that there's a bunch of dudes that have axes and they all attack him, and it's really awesome. But that's a scene where it's like, oh, they're definitely being polite and taking their turn.
Yeah, the scene I was thinking of is where it's like, I think it's like a challenge room where any of the people, the Japanese people, or the Chinese people, they can wager anything that they've got, and...
Oh, no, that's in the internment camp. That's with the Japanese doing karate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like...
I was also talking about that scene.
Oh, okay.
I think for the most part that is a one-at-a-time thing. Even when there's a bunch of them, like, you can tell they do one punch at a time.
I didn't remember if they had axes in that scene or not.
No, not that scene. But it's probably in the same movie where there's a bunch of dudes, like factory workers, who all have axes, and it's awesome.
By the way,
this is not the
at this moment, that's the only Ip Man movie I have seen. I've got some
Really?
catching up to do.
I've got a bunch of them on DVD. We should watch them.
Aside from, I did watch the scene from the one movie where he fights Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome. This is the power I wanted.
Ah, hello, H-Bomber guy. That ferret dude, he looks like,
I know.
there's this, guy I follow on Twitter. I think he's got a YouTube channel too, and
Don't give him free. What are you talking about? Why would you give him free advertising? That's bullshit.
I'm just talking
Fuck
about
off.
somebody I like.
I don't care. No free advertising.
The guy did a really nice thing for transgender rights. So.
Okay, well that's good, but don't give him free advertising. Come on.
But anyways, the main thing I wanted to say is that his avatar is a ferret with blonde hair. So he's totally in this game.
Hey, you know what would be great though? If you called him that every single time we saw him. That would be awesome.
I'm not gonna.
Thank you.
It was a one-time reference.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna cut off your pinky.
Okay,
If
Jesus.
it's not. We're playing by Yakuza rules. Actually, there's a Yakuza game coming out next year.
Yeah, it's like a spin-off with another character, because I think the main guy his story's like pretty much wrapped up with Yakuza 6.
Well, also, maybe it wasn't Yakuza I'm thinking of, but there was that Japanese voice actor that was arrested for cocaine possession recently.
I think that was the Yakuza game.
Pierre Tarata or something like that. Anyways, and so he voiced Olaf in the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts, so he's the Japanese VO.
Oh, that's what I heard.
And so they're recasting his voice because Japan's really weird about drugs. Like, they're super strict about that kind of stuff. So, yeah, like, that's a weird... Pierre Taki, I think his name is? Maybe I'm thinking of Taki from Soul Calibur. But, yeah, so they're recasting him, which is wild. To me, that just seems so bizarre. Like, oh my god, this dude who makes a ton of money also happened to be doing cocaine. Who would have ever guessed?
So they're recasting him in Kingdom Hearts too?
I assume so. Actually, I know that's the only one I know for sure. I'm pretty sure he's voice-over artist of someone in Yakuza. But yes, Pierre Taki, I'm going to call him because I think that's his name. He's Olaf in the Japanese language version of Kingdom Hearts. That dude just can't stay away from snow. Hey. So yeah, now we've made it to the northern area finally. And once we get to the teleporter, we're going to go to a special secret area that it's a secret to me, that I didn't know about until my last playthrough of this game, and I was looking up information on stuff. And it will take us to the beginning area, which is pretty cool. Look at this jolly mountain climber. I don't think this dude is a drifter. I think he's just a traveler, because drifters seem like bounty hunters to me, but he warns us about the boss a little bit. He just tells us that there is a boss. He doesn't really help all that much.
Good to know that even in these apocalyptic times, hiking is still a major thing. He must be a Vancouverite.
Yeah. Why can I not go down here? Aha. There was a hidden upgrade point there. Sometimes they don't really... Uh-oh. Sometimes they're a little ridiculous about hiding stuff. Like, there's... I'm pretty sure that there's a couple of points in this game where you have to actually do blind jumps.
Oh.
And that's the worst. That's awful.
Yeah, a leap of faith is not a very...
That's fine for Assassin's Creed, but we're not playing Assassin's Creed. We're playing 8-bit Dark Souls.
Well, with Assassin's Creed, you see where you're going when you do a leap of faith.
You're not
in
exactly
that game.
you're not exactly falling blind. See, that was I've gotten the power that I used the most in the last game, and I've already forgotten how to use it, or forgotten to use it. I've gotten too used to not. Oh, I have to beat this area before I can do this. There is There's a monolith piece in there that I need to finish the boss off to get.
Hopefully there's not too many obstacles in there, because it looked like you had very limited vision.
There's, it's not super hard. A bunch of the really weak little spiderling enemies are in there, but they do swarm you at a couple points, which suck. The real issue is limited visibility and avoiding, at the very beginning, avoiding those crushing blocks. It's not too bad, though, especially once you have the chain dash ability. So those are the flying enemies that will hunt or attack you in the challenge room, and they suck. They are the worst.
And they seem to fight using geometry.
Yeah, like you can only hit them in the air with a gun, which makes sense. But they'll just like zip down and hit you suddenly. It's not unfair. It just really sucks to have to fight. Here's another gorgeous vista of this game.
Oh, you see, we may complain a lot about this part of the game, but
It's just the boss that sucks in this area.
I have a major thing for like mountain settings.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And I was on Reddit this morning, and I was looking at something, just confirming something before we started recording. And someone was saying that, oh yeah, the north boss was the easiest one for me, and the west boss was the hardest. And the west boss is a boss I really don't have any problems with. I find it to be pretty simple, but that's the thing, is that all the bosses of this game challenge you in different ways. And so, of course, some people are going to be better at certain ones than others, but...
I love the little reindeer that just you come across in this part of the map.
Reindeer live in the North Pole.
This is a north area.
I don't see Santa, do you?
He's just very good at hiding his workshop. This isn't Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, where they televise
Christ.
it.
Yeah. This is, those are the other enemies that they introduce at this point of the game, and then they kind of suck for the rest of the game, is those dogs. Because they have 2 health, and your sword attacks don't stun them. Ugh. So as soon as they're close enough for you to hit with your sword, they are close enough to lunge at you. And that's when I try to make, as best I can, make use of the dash attack, which I need to remember to use now that I've unlocked it.
Resident Evil has taught me that dog enemies usually suck.
Yeah.
They're just so fast.
They're spooky.
They're fast and spooky.
This is kind of a nice area here. Again, visual storytelling. This dude look after the eggs of his people, and some kind of
murder cult
came in, death cult, and burned it all to the ground. And now he lives up here, protecting the eggs.
Gotta love a big, lovable bird man.
Yes. Yes, you do.
He looks like a...
Aha.
He looks like he could be
another hidden upgrade point there.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I just talked over you.
Oh, no, it's okay. I interrupted you when I saw the...
He looks like he could be voiced by John Goodman.
Kind of. Why, because he's fat? Fuck out of here.
No, he's
rude. John Goodman, the greatest actor to ever live.
I was gonna say, because he's a...
Pointy dog.
Because he's a big, likable-looking character, and John Goodman has a really good voice for those kind of characters.
He does. Also, he's the greatest actor to ever live.
Oh, he is fantastic.
Here's our buddy again, the Faram Knight.
The pink Faram Knight. I think he's pink.
He's
kind of salmon color.
He's pink adjacent. Sure. But I don't know if you heard that there. I'll go back. He's not going to do it now. He's sick too. So
this is just something that drifters seem to deal with.
I don't think it's just the drifters. I think he just... I already know kind of the reasoning behind it. And that spoils a whole bunch of the game, so I won't... But there's a bunch of characters in this game that are actually quite sick. As well.
So it's almost like
it's plot relevant. It's not the reason for the plot. Well, it sort of is, but
so it's kind of almost like there's this plague going around.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with that, I don't think. It's just them being sick is important to the plot. It doesn't have anything to do with like some hidden meaning, I don't think. Cuz like it's you and this other drifter are the only ones who are sick as far as I've ever seen. Oop. Oh, thank God I just got that, because I just restored the health that I lost.
You didn't really need to go there, but it's a good thing you did end up going there.
Yeah. Do I have 3 upgrade points yet? I do. I'll hit the teleporter and go back to town. That's the thing that I like about this, or one of the many things I like about this game, is that there's nothing that... I thought there was a path here. There's nothing that sticks out. Every design in this game completely makes sense for the world it exists in, and none of it looks like it doesn't belong.
You kind of have to have a reason for things that don't really look like they belong. Like, if it's something that, like, shouldn't exist
If
in
it's something
this
that's
world-
supposed to be kind of off-puttingly wrong, then yes. But this game has a bunch of stuff like that, and it still looks like it all makes sense.
One game that kind of pulls off that concept pretty well is, do you remember that, it was that mascot platformer that they did for Xbox, Blinks?
Yes.
You play as that cat.
The cat, and then there's, in the sequel, there's a pig or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Well, the pigs are present in the first game, too.
Blinks 2 Master of Time and Space is the one I remember, but yes, I do remember.
In the first game, you're fighting these time monsters, and just the way they look is very kind of like... You could tell, like, they're these
Anomalous?
they're kind of anomalous, and they really don't belong in this world.
Yeah, and I like stuff like that. I mean, I'm a big blind jump. See, that sucks.
At least you could see it before.
You can't. No,
you
you super
couldn't.
can't.
Wow.
I like Lovecraft and Lovecraftian stuff, so I'm a fan of like things that should not be. But even the things that should not be in this game, like, they all look like they were made by the same dude with the same vision, and I really appreciate that in a game. In a game where it doesn't ask you to stretch your imagination that something would look a certain way. It has rules, I guess is what I mean. It has rules and it follows them.
It keeps things cohesive.
Yeah.